They see why trying to stop your vindication was a waste of time. See, some people will waste time trying to do all the wrong things. They don't want to spend their time growing, taking care of their family, putting smiles on faces. They don't want to spend their time, building their businesses, growing closer to God, right? Learning how to become a better version of themselves. That is just like astronomical to them. That is just like something that almost doesn't exist because of their own doing, not because they don't have opportunities, not because they can't do it like everybody else, but because they're evil-minded people by their own choosing. And they feel like they want you to join the party, which is why they come up against your vindication to no avail, right? They wasted their time. They wasted years. Their family looks at them like a clown. They wasted money, right? They wasted opportunities. All the opportunities that they spent trying to block you from, they didn't understand that they blocked a long list of opportunities that they could have been focused on. But instead of focusing on themselves, they focused on you, chosen ones, right? Instead of seeing themselves as the prize and seeing value in themselves, they chose to put you on a pedestal and look at you as the only prize that exists. They didn't even want to point that praise up to God and, not idolize other people, whether it's in the right or wrong. But guess what? It didn't stop nothing. And they came up against your vindication because they don't want to see you here. They don't want to see you thriving. They don't want to see you helping people, putting smiles on people's faces, making people's day. You feel me? And they definitely don't want to see you waking people up, giving people truth, allowing people to know who they truly are. The fact that they're royalty, they're kings, they're queens. They lied to us and tried to tell us, oh, we brought us over here and we're all slaves and you guys are slaves and barely knew English and had to run away and all that stuff. Bro, that's not the whole case, right? That's nonsense in a sense because it's 50% of the story. It's not the whole story, right? Always telling half the stories and trying to get along in life like they're a real one, but they're really fake. The whole story is before they came here, we were already kings and queens. This was already our land. We were already prosperous, wealthy, had big old farms, had big old businesses, had everything going, and called ourselves trying to help these people. But just like always, they did some snake vibes, passive aggressive activities, and came over to steal and pillage the land like they do with everybody else's land. Just like they do in every other, country or, region that they hit. They always want to come and steal and betray and, take the resources and pretend like they're really doing something like they created it, which is why nobody really likes the system. Nobody's really going for it at this point. And because you're waking people up to their true identity and the fact that this is our land, they took it from us, meaning they owe us, meaning it's ours, meaning they're going to give us what's ours or God's going to transition it to us regardless. But knowing these hard-headed people, they don't want to do that, right? You're also, waking people up to the fact that the corruption has been hiding this from people for so long, feeling like they're slick. Everybody feels like they're slick because they've been seated at a position for a certain amount of time, but God doesn't care about any of that. He'll let them get away with that just so they can feel comfortable, just where they can feel like they run something. And then he'll send his chosen ones to come clean all that up. When I say the wealth of the wicked is stored up for the righteous, that's exactly what I mean. So sit back and watch them lose it all, right? They stole our land and then they sit down and look down on us and, put us in the pit and, try to criticize us and throw us to the fire, throw us to the system, get us to take each other out, get us to have drugs in our community that we didn't put in our own community, right? Put the liquor stores, put all the McDonald's and all this unhealthy stuff in our community to keep us distracted from the fact that this is our land. Right? We're paying them all this different stuff, taxes and, pouring into businesses and, getting the little bit of refunds that we get back, not understanding that they owe us, not understanding that they stole this, not understanding that we're in charge, not understanding that they're cowards, right? Anytime you call yourself a ruler, but you have to oppress the people, keep them blind, make the whole system revolve around corruption, make the whole system revolve around the butt buddy club and all these different lies and deception, knowing that if you're keeping it real, you don't have to do nothing in the background. You can just keep it real. Why do they do this? Because they're not real rulers. They're cowards. They stole the rulership from us. See, when we were running things, we didn't have to do nothing in the shadows. This is what it is. We don't got to join no clubs because we're already talented. We're already gifted. We don't have to go behind the scenes and be passive aggressive. If you have something to say it. If you feel some type of way, say it. You know what I'm saying? You know, balls in your court. That's how we were. But these people are so scary. They want to sit back from the top and feed off all the corruption and the negativity and the crime and the trauma and the pain and the tears that they put on everybody every day, because they don't vibrate high like us. They vibrate low, meaning they need lower level emotions to survive. This is why they like seeing you stressed at work. They like seeing you going through it, barely making it by, putting these things in your head, telling you, oh, you're only a slave and you're not worthy of this and you're not worthy of that and they're only worthy of that. Bro, they got everything from us. Their swag they got from us. Their land, their wealth they took from us, right? All those heirlooms that they try to say, oh, they're royalty, this is a king and queen. Bro, they dug that up and took that from us. They know what they did. They know who the real kings or queens are. And they know that we're rising and God is rising us up. And they know that our ancestors are not playing about that, and we're living through them since we have their same blood, right? That's why our forefathers come all the way down from Jesus, King David, all these different people. We have their same blood for a reason, because we're not going for that the same way they're not going for that. The same way Lord Jesus blazed a trail, we're blazing a trail. The same way King David blazed a trail, we're blazing a trail. See, when their ancestors came over to mess with our ancestors, they weren't met with 100% of hospitality like everybody else says they were. Some people bowed down, right? And was like, oh, these are the rulers. And some people was like, no, this is our land. We're not going for that. However you want to do it, we could do it, right? Those were your ancestors. The one that was like, we're not going for that. And they handled their business. And guess what? Evil seems like it conquers sometimes, just because it may have conquered for a couple generations and them have pulled the wool over our eyes and done all these different things. But now everything's being brought to the light, right? Everything that they have done has been off our backs, from wealth to us building these things up to construction, the land, the farming, right? Us picking cotton, us doing all these different things. Even the NBA and NFL today, we sit up there and score all them touchdowns, score all them baskets, right? But they sit back and want to count the bankroll and count the fat knots and disperse it how they want to disperse it, right? They count the wealth and give it to us how they want to give it to us. They count all the merch sales and the real estate sales and the contracts, and then disperse it how they want to disperse it, like they're in charge. Well, guess what? That's done. You living off us and being wealthy off of our backs, that's done. We're going to count our own bread. We're going to make our own wealth. We're going to make our own decisions. You're not going to do anything about it because we're royalty. They've been trying to bounce around and fake like they're the Israelites for way too long, right? But the blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are the Israelites, and that's why they oppress us so much. That's why they put us in the most impoverished situations, in the most adverse situations, right? In the most treacherous situations, just for us to still shine, still be the best at everything we do, still take advantage of this beautiful life that God has blessed us with, still take advantage of the time that we have and take care of our families and do our absolute best. When they know if their culture went through that, they would have been broke. They wouldn't survive, which is why they keep trying to oppress us and oppress us and oppress us and oppress us. But guess what? That's over. And now that they know it's over, they're hiding out in bunkers, right? They're moving around trying to stay out the way of the sun because the vibration's too high, because people are too woke. How are you rulers, but you oppress the people and you're scared of the people? Because that's why they oppress you. How are you rulers, but you have to lie to the people because you're scared of them knowing the truth? Bro, when you're a real ruler, you don't mind empowering your people. When you're a real ruler, you don't mind telling them the truth. Like, you don't mind doing things that are going to put them in a better situation, because us growing and you growing is we growing as a whole, right? You growing is me growing. You get it? Like, if I'm a ruler, I'm a leader. When the team wins, we all win. I don't want to see the team struggling so I can feel like I'm the only one winning. You get it, right? I don't want to see a group or a nation struggling so I can say, oh, I'm the ruler and I'm feeding off this negative, evil energy and keeping everybody blinded. No, that's why they're not the original rulers, and the original rulers are coming to sit back on their throne. And there's nothing that they could do to stop it. There's nothing that they could do to get in between it. And they've been trying and trying and trying to stopping your vindication, but they've been wasting time. You're chosen. You're here for a reason. Whatever God put you here to do, you're going to do it, right? These people wake up feeling like potato salad every day because they wasted time coming up against the chosen ones. And not even potato salad that be smacking like how Granny used to do it or like how they make it down in the South. I'm talking about that corny potato salad, you know what I'm saying, from 7-Eleven or just, you know what I'm saying, that coleslaw's potato salad, that cheap potato salad that don't nobody want to eat, only they eat. Yeah, matter of fact, they're not even worthy of potato salad. What's that song I used to always think of when I was a kid? Fruit salad, yummy, yummy. Fruit salad, yummy, yummy. Fruit salad, yummy, yummy. These boys walk around looking like fruit salads. The whole little coven, the whole little coat is full of powder puff boys and high cholesterol witches that can't stop a thing. And they're not going to stop a thing. You're going to continue to win. We're going to continue to wake each other up, continue to grow each other as a whole. And your vindication is here. Your blessings are here. It doesn't matter what they try to do to stop it. It's a joke. Just them even trying to stop something that God has already ordained and foreseen to happen, because once he says it, it's done. If you know this to be the case, don't you be afraid to hop down there in that comment section and say, my enemies will never stop my vindication. In Jesus' mighty name I pray. Make sure to hop down there, like this thing up. Make sure to hop down there, share this thing up. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell button to keep in the loop every time we drop. I'll catch you guys on the next one.